Your worth is established in heaven. Your worth is not tied to what you charge and how much money you make in business. Who is paying the price of you not serving them with what you have? Well, hey, you, welcome back to the podcast. This is part 2 of a 2-part series. So this is the last one. This is a real short series, 2 parts. Okay. So I did part 1 on Monday. And if you didn't listen to that, I'm going to link it in the show notes right now, but go listen to that. Part 1 was titled, Why Women Feel So Slimy About Selling. And so that's the first part you need to listen to. And then today we're going to talk about, and how can you change your mindset about selling? So it's one thing to understand like why you feel the way that you do, but then now that you're like, okay, I feel this way about selling because of this reason or this reason. I give a bunch of different reasons in part 1, but then the truth is you got to figure out like, well, what do we do now? I think recognizing the problem is, the first step, but then like, how do we fix the problem is what we need to do. And the truth is like, we have to fix whatever issues, ladies, we have about selling, because if you do not, then you're not going to be able to make sales. And if you don't make sales, the majority of you cannot stay in business. And if you cannot stay in business, you're either going to if you feel like this is what God is calling you to, not fulfill the call of God on your life. B, if you're trying to have financial freedom and time freedom for your family, like your business has got to make money. C, a lot of you, if your business does not generate income, you're going to have to go back to a different job, a day job, a 9-to-5 that you hate, etc. So we have got to shift how we think about selling, so that we're able to do it in a way that feels authentic, that doesn't feel gross, but that actually makes sales for our business. So go back and listen to part 1, first of all, and then let's talk about how we can shift our thinking. Okay. So one of the things that I always tell women who are in my coaching group is this. I want you to almost think of selling as serving. Because the truth is, if you have something that people need, you're literally helping them, serving them by putting it on a platter and giving it to them. So, okay, let's say that you have a membership group for married couples. And for married couples who maybe, have gone through infidelity or infertility or something along those lines. And so you have a membership group. And when you talk about it online, when you send people an email saying, here, I have this thing that I think could be helpful to you. Yes, you're selling, but you're also serving them by offering them a lifeline for many people that need it. If you, let's say, have a course on how to shift from children being in public school to private school, that will help parents like adjust easier and help kids adjust easier and make the transition just more seamless. Like, I know you think you're selling when you come online, you say, hey, here's this course I have to help kids go from public to private. You think that that's selling, but the truth is you're serving that family in a really, really tangible way. When God has given you a gift, a skill, or experience, to use that so that other people can get through that experience or do that thing in an easier way with less discomfort, in a quicker way, saving money, whatever, is literally helping to serve them. And I think that if you can make that shift in your brain, and there's going to be somebody listening who's like, okay, Jen, I sell jewelry. I'm not serving people. Nope. I completely disagree. If you're watching on YouTube right now, you'll see me wearing this super cute necklace. I was on my friend, Brittany's, Instagram. She owns Addison's Wonderland. If you don't follow her, you should. If you love like my decorating style, hers is like a million times better when it comes to color and things. She's just a genius, but she also sells some clothing and some jewelry. And so was I specifically looking for this really cute necklace? Absolutely not. But when I saw her post about it on her stories, there was zero part of me. It was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe Brittany is posting about jewelry again. No, I was like, dang, that is cute and would look good with so many of my clothes. So in a way, she was serving me. And so if you're thinking like the thing that I have is not life-changing for people, I don't care. Brittany just served me by putting something on her Instagram story so that I don't have to go out to, the local Zona Rosa shopping area and buy jewelry. So shift your mind about it. That one shift from I'm not selling, I'm serving. I'm not selling, I'm serving. That one shift will change everything for you. I know that you guys, some of you have purchased things at one time that made a huge difference in your life. A lot of you have been in my coaching groups. You've been in my monthly inner circle. Hopefully for a lot of you, that was an absolute game changer in terms of how to post on social media, how to grow your email list, etc. If you've taken my Better Way program, I don't feel like I'm selling my Better Way program to you. I feel like I'm serving you by helping you become a coach quicker than I did and doing it in a better way, in a more efficient way. So yeah, I'm helping to serve you by being like, hey guys, I've got 10 years of experience in this, multi-millions of dollars of sales in the coaching industry. Let me just help you by offering you this program that's for sale. It's a total mind shift when you think about serving and helping versus selling. But I know every one of you can think back to things that you have bought that made a huge difference in your life. And weren't you really grateful to have been sold that, that somebody like offered it to you, that you saw a Facebook ad in your feed, that you saw something on your Instagram stories? I mean, is this necklace, you can make the case, serving me? No, but do I love it every time I look in the mirror? Do I love how it looks right now on this YouTube podcast? Absolutely. And so I need for you to think about that. Number two, I want you to think about who is paying the price of you not serving them with what you have. Who's paying the price for that? Let me give you an example. I know that in this season of my life, what I am called to is to teach women how to grow their business in the online space, how to grow their coaching group, their membership group, their consulting, what have you, how to grow their email, how to grow their social media. That's what I'm called to in this season. So let's say, though, that I was all getting into my head and getting stuck, and I was super uncomfortable with selling, and I never told you guys about my Better Way program. I never told you about my inner circle. Let's say I never sent you guys an email. I'm wondering who would pay the price for that. Because I could give you a long list of people that we've helped get to the 7-figure mark in business. I can give you a list of people that our trainings have helped get to the 6-figure mark in business. I've got almost 20,000 women that I've coached in the last 10 years. And by the way, I'm not saying that out of arrogance, because when I look at like my first business coach, my second business coach, I'm like, oh my gosh, thank God, literally, thank you, Jesus, that those people paid the price and did the work so that they could serve me and all the other people that have taken their programs so that I could go to the place where I am today. Like, I'm so glad that they told me what they had for sale, because the knowledge they had helped me to get to where I am faster. So I need for you to think of that. Who's paying the price by you not selling your product? One, it can be your clients, but two, it can be the very people in your household. When you are not selling what it is that you have, serving people by offering it to them, I'm wondering if your family's paying the price for that. Because there are some of you that have not been on a family vacation in years and you would love to take one. There are some of you that want to put your kids in, piano lessons, private soccer lessons, whatever. You feel like you can't because you don't have the extra revenue to do that. Well, how can you, instead of being of the mindset of how can we save more? Can I tell you a huge difference between entrepreneurs and people that are not entrepreneurs? Most people who are not entrepreneur, why am I stumbling over my words? Most people who are not entrepreneurs think to themselves, if they see something they want, I want a new vehicle, I want a vacation, I want to put my kids in private school. They think to themselves, how can I save this much money to do it? An entrepreneur usually has a totally different thought. An entrepreneur usually thinks, oh my gosh, how can I just make more money? What can I just offer up for sale? How can I make this additional income so that we can take a vacation later, so we can buy a new minivan, so we can put him in whatever lessons? And so if you're not selling things, there are people in your world that are probably paying the price for that as well. And they maybe don't, even know what they're missing out on, but you do. But you do. I want to make sure too that I mention this. I think sometimes when it comes to selling, we need to make sure, women, that we are staying in integrity with whatever it is that we are selling. First of all, make sure you actually love it. Then I want you to make sure that you actually believe in it. Because if you don't, people can smell that inauthenticity like a million miles away. They just can. I want to make sure in staying in integrity too, that you know that like the thing that you're selling that you've actually done. So I've actually grown my business to multi 7 figures a year. That's why I can teach on how to grow your business. Jason and I have purchased and have 2 very successful Airbnbs right now. That's why I can give you a free 4-part podcast series. I'm not selling anything on that, but you know what I mean? Like we're staying in integrity by I'm teaching on the things that we've actually done. I'm not trying to teach you how to have a successful business when I'm still on the struggle bus. So if you're teaching about marriage, I mean, in order for you to stay in integrity, you need to make sure that you've got a really great marriage, right? And so make sure that that's not one of the things that is holding you up about whatever it is that you're selling. And then finally, I want to make sure that your hang up is actually sales, because sometimes I found that it's people maybe don't know how to price the thing that they have for sale. So is it telling people you have something for sale, showing up on the internet in your inbox and being like, hey, I've got this thing? Or is it actually figuring out how to put a price tag on the thing that you're selling? Because if it's pricing, here's some thoughts. Number 1, remove emotion from the equation. Okay. Also remove that saying, charge what you're worth, because I hate that saying. The Lord convicted me of that a long time ago. Your worth is established in heaven. Your worth is not tied to what you charge and how much money you make in business. The Bible says you are worth more than rubies or pearls. It says you're worth more than sparrows. So please don't fall for that. Charge what you're worth, because then if you charge $5, does that mean you're worth less than the person that's charging 5,000? I mean, no. So make sure that you are charging what your product or service is worth. That's accurate. Okay. If you need help, get a coach for your pricing, for real. Like look at what your competitors are doing, but then decide if you want to sell to, there's like 3 different pricing brackets or tiers. There is Walmart pricing, Target pricing, and Nordstrom's pricing. That's the example I always give. So do you want to sell for less money to more people like Walmart, or do you want to have a little bit of a mid-range price and said, sell to a mid-range of people? Or do you want to have a different clientele like Nordstrom's, people that have, just a different discretionary income level, and you can sell less and make the same or more. So that's totally up to you, but make sure that your hang up is not in pricing. Because the pricing is super easy to fix. And then you've got to shift your brain on how you're looking at the selling. So was this helpful for anyone today? If it was, if you're watching me on YouTube, if you would leave me a message below. For those of you who are like, I need more of this, I need more of the mindset work, you can get into one of my coaching programs, send me a DM on Instagram or ask below here on YouTube. And I'd be happy to direct you based on what you need to where you need to go. Okay. All right, friends, bless you. My honor to be here every week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Did I get it recorded before the camera died? But did I get it recorded before the camera died?